Hello, friends. Hope everyone's doing well. I'm going to try to go through. We got a bunch of Khan Academy assignments this week on percentages. I'm going to try to go through a problem from each of the sections just so you can kind of get started. And there's 2 or 3 different types in each section sometime, and I'm not going to go through each one, but this will at least get you started. And then as you come to those, that's what you're in class for, right? So you can call me over and ask for help. All right, so write decimals as fractions. So the biggest thing to remember here is the place values. So you got your decimal. First one after the decimal is tenths place. Second space after the decimal is hundreds. Hunna. And then third one's thousands, and you just keep adding a 0 every time. So I just look at that 0.1. I'm like, that's in the first spot after the decimal. That's 10th spot. So I'm going to call that 1/10. And some of these you're probably going to have to reduce. So like this one, that's in the 100th spot. So I'm going to go, okay, that's 46 over 100. But my guess is, and I haven't tried this yet, my guess is if I type this in, it's going to tell me either it's wrong or to reduce it. Or it might just leave it. Never mind. So you don't have to. All right, so hopefully that one's not too bad. Don't know if I even gave you this yet. Rewriting decimals as a fractions challenge. All right. So same idea. This is in the 100th spot. Your last decimal here is in the 100th spot. So I put that whole thing over 100 and go 537 over 100. But hold on. That is an improper fraction. Ooh. All right. So we have to go, okay. How many times does 100 go into 500? And the answer is it goes 5 times, right? If you multiply that, you get 500. You'd have 37 left over. So this is actually what they want is 5 and 37 100ths. My guess is that's how you're supposed to type it in. Bam. All right. Converting fractions to decimals. So now we're going backwards, and this is just dividing. So you're just going into your calculator, typing in 57 divided by 5, and that would give you 11.4. And that'd be it. So that's not too bad. Order rational numbers. So what I would do here is convert everything to the same type of number. I think the easiest thing to do is just decimals. So these two are already decimals. Make this into a decimal by dividing it. So if you typed in 8 divided by 9, you would get 0.8888. So least to greatest, 0.85 is the smallest. How do I get out of this writing thing? Okay, this is the 0.88 one, so it goes in the middle, and then I'm just putting them in order. Again, make these all into decimals greater than negative 0.33. So would you rather have negative $0.3 in your bank account than negative $0.33? They both kind of suck, but yes, you would. This is negative 0.33. This is negative 0.33. So that it's not greater. It's the same. Would you rather have a $1/6 of a dollar in your bank account than negative $0.33? Heck yes. So you're just picking the bigger. This one looks a little, this looks interesting. Let's do it. 1/4, turn it into a decimal, is 0.25. So you got to kind of turn all these, and I think I would go turn these numbers into decimals. So I would say this is negative 0.2. This is 0.2. This is 0.4. This is 0.6, and kind of use that to guide me. So 2 divided by 9 is 0.22. So this A should be like a little bit to the right of the 0.22. I'm just going to throw these off to the side. Oh, I see. Okay, so that was good. A should be a little bit to the right of the 0.22. 2/9 should be a little bit to the right of the 0.2. So 2/9 is actually B. It's a mess. 0.17 is a little bit less than your 0.2, so that's A. And then the C is bigger. You're just putting them in order, basically, lowest to highest. But that took me a second to figure out, so hopefully that helps you. All right. Adding and subtracting rational numbers. All right, so we got to put this in. You can't add and subtract percent, so we're going to have to turn that into a decimal. The way you turn something into a decimal is divide it by 100. So this would actually be -1. And then plus 0.58. So that comes out to negative 0.32. Uh-oh. Oh, negative 0.42. I just can't add. There. All right. I'd probably throw these into decimals and do them that way. So this would be negative 1.5 plus this one is 1.2 and then minus 1.75. And, you know, just throw it in your calculator and do it that way. All right. Let's keep moving on. You got the quiz. That's on you. That's stuff we've already gone through. Equivalent expressions with percent problems. Come on, come on. All right. Delphine's house had 40% more snowfall than in February. And F in February. All right. So in February, we had F centimeters. In March, we had 40% more. So we had the same F we used to have, plus we had 40% of F. Okay, so they're asking March. So this is 40% of February plus February. So you want to keep that February amount and then add 40% more. So this one's good. And then if I add those two up, 1F plus 0.4F would be 1.4F, and this one's good. I think it'd be, I don't want to even say the confusing thing because that might just make it worse. Let's do the next one. Crispy Clover, 20% more dishes than the previous menu. So the previous menu had D dishes. The new menu has those D dishes plus it has 20% more. So that's going to be 1.2D or D plus 1/5D. So 1/5 is the same as